So as of right now, this deck has a 92% win percentage, so let's see if we can get some losses in to find some holes in my deck. Do a random ranked battle. This will be my first battle of the day, and let's see what we can run up against. Alright, Mantiago. Let's see what this gentleman has in store for us. As always, I will pick heads, and I miss. So my opponent will most likely he has decided I should go first. That is not a good sign for a competitive deck. So, looking at what I have in my hand, Pikachu seems like the best active Pokemon. Yveltal will be behind that. And we naturally drew the Raichu, which is quite important. We'll go ahead and use Professor's Letter. We're going to get 2 Dark Energy. Now, at this point in the game, we do want to hold on to our Dark Patch and our Raichu and our Bicycle. My advice in this situation, ideally, would be to get a Darkrai. Yveltal, the non-EX variant, would be closely followed, but Darkrai seems like the best thing to get here. We're going to use a Dark Patch, and we can evolve our Raichu next turn. If we get in, so be it, but I would rather that happen than anything else. So a Float Stone on Pikachu, an interesting decision. We got an Ultra Ball, we see at least, for a Lander CX, okay, sure. And what we got in the grave? A Switch, Escape Rope, so it looks like this gentleman is playing a good number of interesting cards. Is that a Trubbish, so a Garbodor line? Interesting. Seems unlikely. He hasn't played an energy yet this turn. Maybe he's got a fighting energy and he's going to bring a Landorus EX up. He can't evolve this turn. He can end. Oh, he already Junipered. Never mind. So what you got, buddy? DCE on Pikachu. And there's our non-EX Yveltal, our Raichu Evolve, and Bicycle. Beautiful. Almost exactly what we want to see. So, I think the ideal play here is going to be to use Dark Patch to put the darkness that is in our discard onto Darkrai, put this darkness onto our Darkrai, put a Muscle Band on this Darkrai, and Circle Circuit for the knockout, assuming that our opponent will be able to knock me out on the following turn, using most likely a one-hit knockout from a Landorus, maybe? Okay, so he's got the Garbotoxin, but he ends me, which is helpful. Okay. He's got a Mewtwo EX, and he is good for his knockout. Okay. So, with the shot I have in play, I think I'm going to have to promote the Darkrai as much as I dislike that play. If I don't, then he can switch out or escape rope. He has a lot of different outs. But we're lucky enough to top deck a Professor's Letter, which is very beneficial for us. So we'll go ahead and get 2 Darkness Energies out of our deck. We are not playing against a Team Plasma deck, so we'll put that there. We're gonna... Whoa. Calm down, sweetie. We're gonna put this Muscle Band on the Yveltal EX that does not have any energy on it. And then we're going to Ultra Ball, discarding the Sock since it seems clear we're not playing against Team Plasma, and a Darkness Energy. And let's see what we have in our deck. We have a Raichu, we have a Sableye, we have another Pikachu. So it seems fine to try to set up another Pikachu line here. Get the Pikachu down, Shauna. Sableye, couldn't have asked for a better draw. The flip here, we could have asked for a better flip. But we've got good supporters in hand, and this is a difficult spot. We're gonna go ahead and hit the Garbotoxin because we would like to have the ability to do something with our Darkrai. If he manages a one-hit knockout on the Darkrai with his Landorus, so be it. But we are more worried about the Raichu at this point. 26 cards, he has 31. And energy goes on the other Landorus. Okay, so he's planning on playing some type of long game here, which is fine. So, what is his second target? Same Yveltal, very well. Another Hypnotoxic Laser, huh? 4 cards in hand. I would like to keep that Hypnotoxic Laser in my hand, but I don't want to give my opponent any more options, so I'm going to retreat. We're going to go ahead and put the DCE on this Yveltal. We're going to Night Spear, putting 30 more on that Garbotoxin, and taking a couple prizes. So we're not in a great position here, but not a terrible position either. A Tool Scrapper wouldn't be the end of us because of the Sableye. He does have the Muscle Band, so he will be able to get the knockout on the Darkrai. And a DCE on Mewtwo. Very interesting. So Darkrai goes down. Unfortunate, but it can't really be helped at this point. Sure. Pick on my little Pikachu. Okay, heads on the flip. We're going to 3 cards in hand. Very good. We'll go ahead and use this Hypnotoxic Laser. Went on another flip. Bicycle. Alright, now we've got the energy to equip this Yveltal up, and 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 150 will be the amount of damage that it takes. Not the best position, but let's see how he flips. And he wakes. He has to have a switch though in order to get that Raichu into play. So Mewtwo and another Landorus EX, Skylift for switch, or Escape Rope. If it's Escape Rope, then I'm going to be putting Pikachu up front. Switch would be infinitely better, because he can knock out that Yveltal EX and put me in a very awkward situation. Hypnotoxic Laser, interesting choice. Sure. Okay. Sure. Got your knockout. Okay, so I'll wake up. I get 2 prizes. What you got to promote, buddy? A Landers EX. Okay, so what can we do here? He needs 2 prizes. I don't have a Darkrai. N is no longer valuable to me, so that is going to get discarded for a computer search. We're gonna get a DCE and see how this pans out. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140. He wins if I do that. I don't have a Darkrai. So, how many Darkrai's are in my grave? 1. And this is going to be a tight one. I think my best bet is to put something on that Sableye. Let's go ahead and Shauna. The Burbank City Gym is down, so we're not gonna need N again. So what do we have? No Darkrai's, but we have not very much. Another Yveltal. We're gonna drop that Yveltal down. We're gonna retreat, and we're gonna have to just double colorless. We're gonna get a Sableye back and do a junk hunt. We're gonna get back a Muscle Band, I think. Hypnotoxic Laser, Dark Patch, and go. And let's see what my opponent has up his sleeve. A Dowsing Machine for a Juniper. Sure. An Escape Rope would not be the end of the game here, and he seems to be running that with Switch rather than any kind of Pokemon Catcher or Vulpix Ninetales tricks, so we shall see. That shouldn't be enough to knock out that Sableye. Yeah. And 30 onto that boy. Okay. Oh, double Dark Patch for the win. Very, very nice. So we apply that there. Apply that there. DCE there. Hypnotoxic Laser, miss on the flip. Sycamore. Alright, so 20. Yeah, you can see. So that deck is more the power of Yveltal EX, and my opponent, I mean, you can tell he did more damage to me. I took significantly more time, but his deck was definitely competitive against mine just because of his Landorus, and my Darkrai was able to get in a good bit of work itself. So let us try one more game, and then I am calling it a night, good ladies and gentlemen. Alright, King Javi 24. Let's see what you got going on. I'm gonna go first, of course. Oh, not my favorite way to start a game. So this does not look like a Team Plasma deck based off the Articuno. We can Hypnotoxic Laser. Getting aheads. We can computer search. We're going to computer search, but we want to dump some energy with it. Okay, so we're going to computer search, dumping that and that. And I feel like now would be quite a good time to go ahead and get a Darkrai. If we have any left in our decks. We have Darkrai. What about Pikachu and Raichu? There's Pikachu, Raichu. So we should be pretty set. By my count, I only had one Darkrai, but that is quite alright with me. So my opponent has 6 cards in hand, and he only put that down on the bench. And he concedes. I apologize. So, let's try one more that seems a little bit more competitive. Ranked, select a deck. Win percentage just keeps going up. Uh-oh. I do like the Yveltal Garbodor deck, but it does not seem to be as powerful, especially against the mirror. We got Fairy Psychic, interesting. It does not seem to be as powerful against the mirror as the Yveltal. Let me go first again. That's a pretty darn strong hand. Could not ask for too much better of a hand. Okay, so we have a Furfrou and a non-EX Yveltal, so let's go ahead and put some pressure on the Furfrou. DCE is going to be important in this game. I only run one other Raichu, but I think it's worth it to go ahead and Sycamore here. Okay, so we can Muscle Band that. We have no good evidence that my opponent is playing any sort of Team Plasma deck to bench the Sock, so let's end the turn here. See what my opponent can do with his Furfrou action. Oh, a DC, no less. I would rather not see that attack hit me. And if he doesn't retreat it, and if he retreats it, he loses his DCE. Unless he's got a Fairy Garden. That's it. Very, very, very good. I hate to do it, but I got a Sycamore again. Beautiful, beautiful. Exactly the kind of thing we wanted to see. Professor's Letter. We're gonna go ahead and get energy. We're gonna computer search, discarding an Ultra Ball and an energy for a Darkrai, strangely enough. Darkrai goes on the bench. Dark Patch loads the only darkness energy in my discard pile to my benched Yveltal. Almost a waste of a Dark Patch, but I'm okay with it. And his Furfrou is destined for doom. Yeah. So here, if my opponent wants to end me, I'm fine with that, because I will be getting a huge amount of card advantage from it. But this is also a good time to consider building up, taking the time to build up the Darkrai. And if he somehow gets a knockout on my non-EX Yveltal, I mean, the other option is I can try to get a Keldeo into play with a Darkness Energy. And the Bouffalant poses no threat to me whatsoever. I am not scared of Bouffalant. Oh, Geomancy, put a single fairy energy on your Bouffalant. Good job. Okay, so our options. Hypnotoxic Laser. Miss on Sleep Flip. Darkness Energy on Darkrai. We're going to leave the Muscle Band in play so that we cannot get 2-for-1'd. And see what our opponent can do with his non-EX Xerneas, taking 60 damage per turn. 90 if you include it coming back into my turn and Bouffalant. Especially considering how many turns it would take him to get access to Geomancy Spear? Rainbow Spear Geomancy. Yeah. So, his Geomancy this turn will allow him to get an additional energy on that Spritzy, and if he can evolve it into Aromatisse, then he will be in a good position. So, right. Okay. So this should have 40 hit points left to it, which will allow my non-EX Yveltal to kill it. So we're going to put a Muscle Band on that Darkrai, giving him a juicy target. Oh boy. And we can go ahead and dump the Dark Patch and the energy for another Pokemon. At this point, I'm unsure as to what that should be. Pikachu seems like a fine choice. Just go ahead and get him down. And we'll go ahead and Oblivion Wing to deal 30 damage and get Darkness Energy from our discard pile onto the benched Darkrai. Capture a prize and see what my opponent can do from here. I'm anticipating he'll be able to hit for 60. So he's going to transfer some energy off of the Bouffalant so that he doesn't lose it all if it dies from one hit. Interesting enough. Come on. We got a Rattata, which is very interesting. He has to reveal. Let's see, 30 cards versus 21. Slurpuff. Not entirely unexpected. Now let's see if he has the presence of mind to move an energy off the Bouffalant. Please at least do that, sir. Okay, you played an energy. Now you gotta move one off the Bouffalant. Please move one off the Bouffalant. Oh dear. A fatal error. And we got double DCEs off of that. We'll be able to Shauna to get some more action. He doesn't have any tools in play. I guess the play is going to be to retreat into... Well, do I retreat? So I don't have any Darkness Energy in my discard. I can make Darkness Energy in my discard. And do that. Oh, good. And Ultra Ball, discarding these two. And we're going to get a Raichu out. We don't have a supporter in our hand, so our situation is not great by any stretch of the word, but we have something of a plan. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. My Yveltal EX can easily kill that, but we'll see. Evil Ball for the knockout. So I'm now 3 prizes up on my opponent. Got another Yveltal EX in my prizes, and the deck only runs 3. He can either put Rattata up, or he can put one of the cards he cares about up. Which is a tough call. And how many DCs do I have in my grave? One. Discard pile, sorry. I'm a former Magic player, so I will say grave a lot, unintentionally. Alright, so it's the Rattata, which means unless he retreats that Rattata, I will be bringing my Darkrai up to deal damage to Slurpuff 90, so I guess Slurpuff. He could paralyze. He could very easily paralyze, and that would be very detrimental to my game plan. It will give him time to build up resources, but he misses. A very unfortunate flip for my opponent. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and put a Darkness Energy on the Raichu. We're going to retreat to Darkrai EX. And then we're going to Night Spear, taking out the Rattata and putting 30 damage on his Slurpuff. We're giving away the fact that we have a Hypnotoxic Laser in hand, but I think at this point in the game, it's okay. We're up 4 prizes. If he doesn't change his tact, then if he doesn't retreat, then Darkrai will be able to take out the Slurpuff and deal 30 damage to his Aromatisse. Alright, so he wants to go for a Draining Kiss to heal 30 damage. Still not quite enough to save him. I should be dealing 110 with the Muscle Band. Subtract 20, that is 90. So what we should do is put another double colorless energy on our Yveltal, which is loaded up. We'll Night Spear that for the knockout, put 30 on the Aromatisse, and get another prize card. So we're up by 5 prizes and in a very comfortable position. Our opponent ending us is not the end of the game. So a Doduo. Interesting. And it looks like a concession by my opponent. So I'll go ahead and tell him GG. So that was the game. 8 total turns. We can take a look at the stats, and you can see how much drastically more damage the cards that I was playing are able to do than my opponent's deck. But I hope you enjoyed watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and if you have any decks that you would like to see being played, please let me know. I have a pretty rogue Venusaur deck that is also on my channel, and I'm working on getting Team Plasma, and I've got the Yveltal Garbodor deck put together. So once again, thank you for watching.